Today's show has been sponsored in part by Saturday Morning Cartoons, the only reason kids woke up before their parents. 6 straight hours of cartoons with cereal commercials, selling you the cereal that you're already eating. Use promo code I'm Not Getting Dressed Today for 9,500% off of one bowl of sugar disguised as breakfast. Saturday Morning Cartoons. Then I will go outside and play.
Home when the street lights came, life before the internet game. Laugh, rewind, it all remains. This is before everything changed. Cartoons, candy, mixtape plays. Back to the mall in the old school days. Kicking it back with stories exchange. This is before everything changed. Two for five at Mickey D's, Sears catalogs and memories. Eclectic is taking you back. Just turn the page to before everything changed.
What's up, everybody? Before everything changed, this is before summer changed, and the way I'm looking at it is, in the 80s when you were little, it was just different. It was a different season of life. It wasn't just school without homework. Like, summer wasn't 3 months; it felt like 3 years. It was from Memorial Day to Labor Day. It was endless. June felt different than July. July felt different than August. By the time school started, you almost forgot what your teacher looked like. You didn't care. Today, summer seems to disappear about 3 weekends. When you're older, summer's summer's a trip to the grocery store. Like, but back in the day, you disappeared from school. When the last bell rang, you didn't text classmates. You couldn't. You didn't check Instagram. You couldn't. Didn't exist. You didn't know what anybody was doing. Some kids you literally not see until the first day back in September. If they weren't in your neighborhood, they didn't exist. There's someone walk into class 6 inches taller with a different haircut, acne, glasses, talking about what up. And you like, who, sir? Some girl walk in with, I don't know, a different kind of curve. You're like, ma'am, because you didn't see them. Growth spurt. Things happen. The neighborhood kids became your summer friends. You might not have hung out with them the entire school year. You didn't care about them. But your best friend from school might not be your best friend during summer. Instead, it became the kid across the street, your cousins, whoever happened to be outside. That's who you played with. Your friendships were based almost entirely on geography. That was, all right, look, you outside. What are you up to? Well, shit, let's throw rocks at cars. And now we're friends. Let's hit the store. Every morning, it started kind of the same. You wake up whenever the hell you woke up, which is great. You eat some cereal, watch some cartoons. Parents tell you to go outside. You're like, bet. That's what I was going to do anyway. And that was it. There was no itinerary, no scheduled play dates. No GPS tracker, no share your location. You just figured it out. As long as you were back before the street lights, you're good. Because your parents wanted you out of the house. Get the hell out. It wasn't sitting in a gamer chair with a headphone and a microphone playing game. No. Like, see, now it's get in here so I can keep an eye on you. But back then it was, they almost locked you out. They get out here, click. Like, don't come back until it's time to eat dinner. If you came back inside after like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, they're like, what happened? What are you doing in here? And then they threaten you. All right, if you're gonna stay in, you're going in. Oh no, I'm not. I really just came in to use the restroom. I'm not even here. I don't. This one don't count. And then like when you're a kid, your transportation, you didn't have a car. You know, we're not talking 16-year-old summers. We're not talking 17-year-old summers. We're talking 8, 9, 10-year-old summers. You had your bike. And it wasn't exercise. It was freedom. It was riding with no destination. Oh, I've never been down that street. Let me go see. The ramps. Listen, hopefully you heard the riding bikes episode of Before Everything Changed, and you've heard the stories. But yes, building ramps and jumping curbs and putting the cards in the spokes and seeing who had the fastest bike. Guess what? They were all the same speed. It was just who had better legs. But you had the one kid that had the BMX pegs. You had everyone wanted the ride with the kid who had the Mongoose or a GT. Again, if you had a Sigma or a Stu Thompson, you were the illest. You were the illest. Going outside in the summer, your games change like every hour. Morning, you play kickball. Then you play freeze tag. And then hide and seek. Also, hopefully you listened to the Before Everything Changed episode where I ranked all of the outside games. I put them in order. But King of the Hill, then you know what? You mellow out and go play some basketball. Baseball with ghost runners, wiffle ball, football in somebody's yard or the street, and that car was a touchdown. What a time. And no adults organized anything. One kid just said, "Hey, everybody over here." That was it. That was good enough. Hey, this is what we over here. We do it. All right. Well, fuck. Let's do that. Man. Hold on. You know what? Before I finish, let's get one of our sponsors in real quick. Today's episode is sponsored in part by the ice cream truck. The music started, your sprint started, your mom said, "We have popsicles at home." Use promo code Mom Please Just This Once for 15,000% off of one melted bomb pop. The ice cream truck. Why did you make us run an extra block? You saw us. All right. Back. Let's use that promo code. Back to the summers. Why summers? Everybody knew whose yard to avoid. It was at first, it was, hey, come over here. We're over here. We're playing kickball in this yard. We're playing freeze tag in this yard. We're playing in this lot. But also, every neighborhood had the mean lady that yelled if your ball landed near flowers. The grumpy guy. The house with the dogs, the scary dogs, the family with all the cool shit that they wouldn't let you play with. So we didn't deal with it. They had the volleyball net, and nobody had what are y'all doing? Well, they bought the badminton set. Also in the summer you had. Shout outs to the sponsor, the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck, and yeah, it's true. They'd see you and keep going, just to fuck with us. And like, you see, now I've spilled my change, and now I can't get. Man, I remember. I gotta do a whole separate episode about the ice cream truck, because I remember the first time we saw the chocolate eclair and the strawberry shortcakes on the side on the wall, like they just dropped. People was like, what are those? And then nobody want to be the one to try them, but then you saw like somebody with the strawberry, like, let me get a piece. Oh, what a time. Summer. The cicadas. I remember. You remember the shit. They leave their shell. They leave their shell on the tree, and we take the shell and chase girls with the shell. I would never touch that today. Boy, I was just a chaser. We were doing disgusting things as kids. I would never do that. Burning ants with somebody's glasses or a magnifying. I would never do that. Stepping in the ant hills and pouring salt on snap. I would never do that. That's disgusting. Why would you? And also, they weren't bothering me. But this was my summer. This is the summer when you're in the '80s, so you could do that. Oh, you know what else? The hustle. The hustle, mowing lawns. And the eight, look, you get somebody's lawnmower, and you do 10 houses for $10. $100 in the '80s was crazy for somebody that's 11. Oh my God. Oh, when you go over your friend's house. This is back when, because you didn't call, you didn't know your friend's number. They live down the street. You didn't call. You know what you do? You go down there, and if they had the screen door, closed, but the real door over, you just stare into the screen door until somebody recognizes you. Like, yo, here they come out, or come in. Why are you just fucking being a creep? It was okay being a creep. You could creep like that. And then when you come out and then the screen door slam and then you get yelled at. We didn't have a screen door. I lived in an apartment, but I knew people. It really hot outside. You run through the sprinklers, have a fucking time. Nobody in the neighborhood had what's the slide thing? A slip and slide. Nobody had one of those. And we weren't smart enough to take the garbage bags and put soapy water on them. We weren't smart. Also, I didn't want to be on the ground because this is the '80s. You know what they had in the '80s? They had white dog shit. I don't know what is happening now, but I swear back then you walk around and it would be dog shit and it'd be white. Now I don't know what's changed. And it's not because people pick up after their dogs now, because it's not all dog. You got strays, you got something's different. I don't know what's different, but it used to be that. All right, I'm back on the topic. The summers. When your parents would yell at you to come in the house, and somehow you'd be 2 blocks away, but you heard it and you ran home. That was a good time. Fuck it. At nighttime you catch the lightning bugs. We don't call them fireflies over on the East Coast. The lightning bugs. You get the jar, you put the holes in the lid, and then you put them on the window, and you stare at them lighting up and flying, and you fall asleep, and you wake up the next day, and they're dead. They're just dead as fuck. You just got a mason jar of death. That was dumb. And then we do it again this next night. We had the water fights. It started with like one squirt gun, but then the super soakers came out, and the water balloons, and then the Entertech water rifles. When you had the Entertech water rifle, the battery, just wet people up. You couldn't take it anymore. Then you just had to grab a bucket. And then when the bucket didn't work, you just grab the hose and start spraying people because you're mad because that shit hurt and you couldn't do nothing about it. You couldn't run. They had like a range of like 250 feet. You're just getting wet up. It was what a time. What a time. The hose water, another one of our sponsors. The best tasting water in the history of water. If I had some money, and I don't, I would market. I would make the bottled water like Fiji and Aquafina and Saratoga. I would make it and be called Green Hose. Our sponsor. I would make like if you know, you know. Like, oh, this water's so good. Oh, what a time. Oh, yeah, some kids, not me or most of the people I knew, they went to summer camps. And yeah, they went to summer camps. The one person I do know someone went to the Jordan camp and they got to play one on one against Jordan in the 80s and they had it on tape. And that was dope. And I was jealous and I don't like him anymore. I still don't like him. But like, yeah, I just see camp on like movies and TV, and it looked weird and stupid. And I never wanted to go to camp. I, I didn't think about the women aspect of camp because I think every movie and TV show is just still just guys, just boys, and I didn't want that. The church camp, I didn't go. I'm not doing that. So Boy Scout, I'm never gonna scout. I'm never gonna do any of that. Boy Scouts didn't even have cookies. Why would I fucking do that? That wasn't gonna happen. You had your family vacations. Didn't really go. Every now and then, you know what we do? You visit your family down south. Everybody had family down south. You would go down there and hang out and see how different and slower things were, but and how much hotter it was. And if you go like to Georgia, they had the red clay. The dirt was red, and your socks was white, and one had to win, and it was never your socks or your shoes. And so you come back home, they're like, what? It looked like a murder scene because it's never coming out. You just throw that shit away. The only time you kind of stayed inside was on rainy days. That was kind of it. I mean, like real rainy days. Regular rainy days, we were out playing catching pneumonia. It didn't matter. But real rainy days, that's when you brought out the board games and the Atari and the Nintendo and shit like that. But man, summer was great. But you know, also know what people had summer school. And I had summer school one year and it fucking sucked. Um um Actually, it didn't suck. It was just the fact that I had to do something. Because not for nothing, when I actually got to summer school, it was all the derelicts that I hung out with anyway that I would have been hanging out with during the summer, but they weren't outside either because they was in summer school with me. So we had a blast in there too. So I didn't learn a thing. I don't remember a single topic we discussed in summer school. I think we were just there because we all got in trouble, and that was it. I got a lot of things confiscated that I never got back because I got out of summer school early because I needed to, and I left and I never went back to get my shit, and it pisses me off to this day. I don't like that. Um, oh man, what what a time. What a time. Summer school, you be out all day, all night. The curfew, you know the theme song. Home before the streetlights came. No watches, no phones, no reminders. Neighborhood rule was when the streetlights come on, everybody magically start heading home. That's it. We don't want any problems. You didn't want any static, no beef, and you wanted dinner. And so you would just go home and everyone would, you know what, it's better. The world is better when people are afraid of their parents. I think that is the key to a nice society. You know, just be afraid of your parents, and because you didn't want any smoke, none at all. Um, but the summers they felt longer because life moved slower. It was like no notifications, no emails, no scrolling while you're sitting on the toilet. Just no social media, no endless content. It wasn't like, oh, I got every song imaginable. I got any show on TV I want to watch. I can just click and watch any movie. It was a limit to what you could do, so you go and do some other shit. It was today, tomorrow, maybe Saturday. That was all you had to think about. it was a great time. Like summers didn't end because you got a notification. Ended because your mother bought some school clothes. Or the Sears catalog showed up and suddenly somebody was like, yo, did you get your school supplies? You're like, oh, oh no. And that's when reality hit. You know what I'm saying? That's before everything changed, man. Summer wasn't just a season. It was something that it felt like it would last forever, and it did until it didn't. But I appreciate you guys listening. Things you remember, send them to Instagram, Threads, the X, all of the shits. And yeah, this is before everything changed. Yeah.
This before easy podcast. This is the before everything changed. Easy podcast. Easy. This is the before everything changed.
This is before everything changed.